You ever stumble onto something and immediately wish you hadn't? Yeah, this one's like that. Here are the top 10 shocking discoveries made by regular people. By accident, of course. Let's open up the files. In 2016, a couple in California decided to renovate their backyard, basically just upgrading the landscaping and removing some overgrown bushes. Harmless, right? As workers started digging, they hit concrete, a lot of it. What they found was a fully sealed Cold War-era fallout shelter. And not just a shell, this thing was stocked. Canned food, a Geiger counter, medical supplies, water barrels, and even magazines from 1961. It had been perfectly preserved, all hidden under decades of dirt. No paperwork, no city record, like someone built it in secret and then vanished. Just, why was it hidden for so long? And what exactly were they preparing for? Makes you wonder how many of these are out there, sealed up under seemingly normal yards, waiting. In Detroit 2014, some local kids chasing a raccoon through an abandoned house stumbled on a closet that had been nailed shut from the outside. Already a little too Silent Hill, but they pried it open and found the mummified body of a man in a postal uniform. Turns out the man was a retired mail carrier who died sometime in the early 2000s. The weird part, no one noticed. His bills were on autopay and neighbours assumed he'd moved. Investigators think he sealed himself inside. But why? No signs of a struggle or foul play. What makes this deeply eerie is that life just moved on. Mail kept coming. Grass grew through the cracks. And inside that closet, time didn't just stop. It sealed itself up tight. In 2007, a guy renovating a home he just bought in New York discovered an oil drum buried in the crawl space. Thinking it was some old septic equipment, he called a specialist to remove it. What they found inside? The preserved body of a woman, along with jewellery and photos from 1968. As it turned out, the woman was the previous tenant's missing fiancé. He had vanished long ago, presumed dead. The creepy part, he'd sold the house to a new buyer, and apparently told no one what was under the floor. Think about that. Someone lived directly above a secret, decades-old crime scene, eating cereal and watching TV for years, never knowing they were sharing the house with a body. In 2015, a construction crew digging beneath Charterhouse Square in London stumbled on dozens, then hundreds of human remains. Not just any bones, these belonged to victims of the 14th century Black Death. What began as routine urban construction quickly turned into a biohazard lockdown. Archaeologists realised the area was part of a lost plague pit sealed centuries ago. The bones were perfectly aligned, suggesting mass burials in a time of chaos. Funny how one of the most advanced cities in the world casually paved over its past and forgot about it, until a backhoe reminded everyone. Makes you think what's beneath your parking garage might have more in common with a medieval crypt than it should. A woman in the Midwest bought an old farmhouse estate in 2012. It came with a barn, a few outbuildings, and a sealed-off attic. Naturally, curiosity kicked in. She knocked down the drywall to access the space and discovered what can only be described as a fully furnished miniature town. We're talking lampposts, painted facades, handcrafted buildings, all scaled for dolls but intensely detailed. Absolutely no explanation was left behind. Some suggested it was a set for photography. Others wondered if it had been some kind of secret coping hobby or a forgotten obsession. Whatever it wasn't in the listing, and somehow feels like you weren't supposed to see it. In 1999, a college student picked up a weird painting from a San Francisco thrift store. It showed a doll-like child with oddly large eyes standing next to a motionless man. After hanging it in his room, strange things started happening. Flickering lights, doors that wouldn't stay closed, an overwhelming sense of unease at night. He listed the painting on eBay with an honest write-up about the odd activity. Overnight, the post went viral, and racked up $1,000 in bids. The legend of "The Hands Resist Him" was born. The buyer, a gallery owner who now keeps it in storage, allegedly, because after a while, they said, it started watching them too. In a small apartment in Paris, a teenager doing repairs on their family's brick wall accidentally knocked one loose. Behind it, tucked inside, was a perfectly preserved letter written in 1942. It was detailed. Instructions, maps, locations, stuff you'd expect in a spy novel. Historians later confirmed it likely belonged to the French resistance. It had never been delivered. The letter outlined a plan to sabotage a German transport route. The teen handed it over to a museum, and just like that, a slice of underground history resurfaced from inside a normal suburban wall. Talk about hiding in plain sight, or, well, behind it. A couple in Austria were restoring an old farmhouse when they unearthed a sealed box hidden behind loose boards in their cellar. Inside, wrapped in waxed cloth, was a small safe, marked with German military insignia and sealed shut. When it was opened by authorities, they found Nazi-era medals, documents, maps, and a Luger pistol still loaded. It's believed the cache was hidden by a retreating officer after the war. The most bizarre part? Among the items was a faded photograph of an unknown child. No family name, no records, no clear purpose for any of it. Just a lifetime of secrets, boxed up like leftovers, and forgotten. In 2019, floor renovations at a Kentucky elementary school revealed something no one expected: the remnants of a far older building underneath. As workers dug deeper, they uncovered wooden beams and bricks dating back to the 1800s. Turns out, a forgotten school once stood in that exact spot and was buried under a fire, flood, or both. What makes it chilling is that students had been walking over it for decades. Something about modern kids learning above the ruins of another long-lost classroom feels off. Almost like history was peeking up through the cracks, still trying to be remembered. In 2020, a Florida man exploring a wooded area behind a supermarket found a metal box wedged under a collapsed fence. Inside, a decades-old time capsule. Letters, a Kodak camera, cassette tapes, and a sealed envelope marked "Do not open" until 1999, which clearly had been ignored. Researchers dated the capsule to the 1970s but couldn't trace the origin. The letters were written by kids predicting the future, some of which, oddly, were eerily accurate. No one came forward, no class reunion, just a buried moment in time left unclaimed, its purpose forgotten, its countdown expired, like someone missed their appointment with the future. Maybe next time you walk your dog, poke around your attic, or mow near that weird patch in the yard, remember tonight's list. Thank you for being here. I genuinely mean that. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and hey, we drop new unknowns every weeknight. Stay curious, stay safe. That was your dose of the unknown. See you in the next file. Subscribe for more of the unknown.